Hello everyone and welcome to African Tech Gurus. This is your number one technology channel where we learn technology by actually doing. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And please do us a big favor and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out every single time we actually post a video. You will be among the first to be notified. And if you are a returning viewer and a returning subscriber, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in each and every time we actually post a video because you are actually learning to become better African technology gurus. So today we are going to cover the shell navigation quiz. We have looked into the concepts. Let's go to the concepts. We have actually looked at the Linux navigation, Linux looking around, and Linux manipulating files. If you have not watched these videos, I'm going to put the link up above so that you can actually watch it and you understand the concepts before actually moving to the next step and doing the quizzes. So let us jump and do the quizzes. So the very first thing that they are asking is, which command should you use to change the directory? This one is pretty straightforward. We looked at it and it is CD. CD stands for change your directory. It is that simple. And the other ones we have PWD, which is used mainly for printing your current working directory to know where you are at in your Linux file system, or in layman's term, if the file system is a maze, to actually know where you are standing in this huge file system, which is a maze. The next question is, which command should you use to display your current path of your current directory? As I have mentioned, we use the PWD, which stands for print working directory, and it helps you see where you are currently at in your path of your directories. So that is it. It's as simple as that. The next question is, which command should you use to copy a file, or in other times a directory? So here we use the CP, which stands for copy, and that will just help you copy one file or multiple files, and it can also help you copy one directory or multiple directories. So it's as simple as that. The next question is, which command should you use to list all files in your current directory? So remember, we mentioned that in your file system, in Linux specifically, we don't have the graphical user interface where we're able to see all the files and all the directories that we do have. With Linux, we actually have to use a command, and in this case, it is the ls, which helps us list all the files that we do have in our current working directory. The next question is, which command should you use to display the contents of a file? Which command should you use to display the contents of a file? And we've talked about this. We use the less command, and it helps us actually see what is contained in a file, and it gives us a very in-depth detail of that. So it's as simple as that. The other ones, we don't use it because they are different commands for other things that we have previously mentioned. The fifth question is, which command should you use to delete a file or a directory if there are additional arguments that have been added to this specific command? The specific one that we can use in this case is the rm, and it helps us remove a file. And if we have other added additional arguments, we can also use it to delete a directory. But here they have specifically mentioned a file. And the other question, number 6, is, which command should you use to create a directory? So here it is about creating, or in other words, making a directory, and we use the mkdir, which stands for make directory. So it is as simple as that. The next question, question 7, is, which command should you use to rename or remove a file? Rename or remove. We looked at this in the previous video, and what it does is it either one, it will move your file or a directory, and at the same time, if it already exists and you want to rename it, you can use this command, and it is the mv command. It stands for move. So move helps us to rename a file or a directory, and at the same time also helps us move a file or a directory. The next question is, which command should you use to create an empty file. Which command should you use to create an empty file? So in this case, we are just creating a file. It can be a document if it was on your Windows system. So here we are creating an empty file, and we use the command touch, and it's as simple as that. The other ones actually do different things, but when we want to create an empty file, we use the command touch. The next question is the ninth, #9. Which command should you use to delete a directory? Deleting a directory. So here they have really specified on the directory bit, and it's not to delete a file or if there were additional arguments. If that was the question, we would use rm, and we could use that to delete either a file or a directory if we added additional arguments. And in this case, they are specifically asking for deleting a directory, and here we need to include the additional arguments, and here we use rmdir. And with that marks the end of the shell navigation quiz. Hope you've been able to understand what each question is asking, and if you've not been able to answer these questions properly, go back and look at our previous videos where we have covered the concepts, and the concepts include shell navigation, moving around, and the last one is moving around and manipulating the different files that you can have in your directory. So with that, thank you for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss a single bit. And share this video with your fellow students, your fellow colleagues, so that we become better African technology gurus. And with that marks the end. And happy coding, my people. Until next time, bye.